I really thought I was gonna have to see the Dable family, the Shane family, some slow music playing while Daniel Jones looks out a window like Ben Affleck and Batman. Like, I really thought we was gonna get some sad shit. Alright, look. Giants Hard Knocks, episode 1. I love it. I do. I really, really do. What I like about this version of Hard Knocks is it's centered. It's focused. It's not scattered all over the place. Because normally, when we watch Hard Knocks, they got to focus on different players and different players' storylines. They got to go home. You see the family. You get backstories for like 5 different people. It's scattered. It's real scattered. What I like about this is it's the Joe Schoen show. At least that's how it comes across from episode 1. It's the Joe Schoen show. And I rock with that because he's a general manager. It's his team. Focus on him. He calls the shots. This is beautiful. And I'm not saying this because I'm a Giants fan. Like, if they was doing this on Buffalo and it was the Brandon Beane show, I'd feel the same way. I just like how the show is focusing on the general manager. It's his show. Look at how it's filmed. Everything is about Joe Schoen. Joe Schoen walks into the room, everybody pleads their case to him. Whether it's in his office, whether it's in the war room with everything, and he's in the middle. He's the boss. And everybody knows it. And I love that about that. Joe Schoen seems like a cool dude. Like, what I'm getting from Joe Schoen is the same vibe that I got from Joe Schoen during his press conferences. It's kind of the same vibe that I'm getting from him on the TV show. Like, he seems like an authentic guy, as in, he don't seem like Gettleman. Like, Gettleman just was a liar. Gettleman came across as really, really dishonest with the media. Like, you could tell everything Gettleman said to the media was, he probably did the opposite behind closed doors, where it's like, Joe Schoen always kind of was honest when he talked to the media. And the same honesty that he gives us when he goes to the press conferences is kind of what I'm seeing behind the scenes. A lot of what he says in his press conferences to us is a lot of rhetoric that I'm seeing on the TV show. And I like that. Now, and you know another thing. No disrespect to Joe Schoen's family, but I'm so happy they kept it at the facility. I don't want to go home and see Joe Schoen's wife and kids. I don't want to see Brian Dable's wife and kids. I don't want to see Daniel Jones' house with him looking out of a fucking window looking sad. I don't want to see it. I really thought I was going to have to see the Dable family, the Shane family, some slow music playing while Daniel Jones looks out a window like Ben Affleck and Batman. Like, I really thought we was going to get some sad shit. So I'm really happy that they kept it at the facility. So shout out to HBO and the Giants for keeping it at the facility. Thank you. But I think it's been made clear that we were never keeping Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley was out the door the minute January 7th. The minute the clock struck 000 on January 7th, Saquon was out the door. Joe Schoen, if you has not one time gone out his way to keep or accommodate Saquon Barkley. Not one time. If you watch the episode, just look at how Joe Schoen is dismissive of Saquon Barkley. Joe Schoen was very dismissive of Saquon Barkley the entire show. The only one caping for Saquon Barkley was the lead scout. The scout wanted Saquon to come back. I forgot his name, but the scout, he wanted Saquon back. Joe Schoen said, bro, we need a corner. We need a number 1 receiver. We got to fix this damn offensive line. Joe Schoen was way more concerned with the offensive line and that number one corner than he ever was with Saquon Barkley. If you listen to what Joe Schoen said, Joe Schoen specifically said, corner, interior lineman, offensive line, number one wide receiver, linebacker. He kept just, the list got longer and longer and longer. And he says, where am I going to get $12 million for a running back? And another thing, speaking of which, when one of the dudes in the office who had to ask the obvious question, when we move on from Saquon, what is our identity going to be? What are we going to do on offense without Saquon Barkley? You know what Joe Schoen said? Joe Schoen said the same thing that I've been saying the entire offseason. You're paying Daniel Jones $40 million. He got to figure it out. Joe Schoen says the same thing that I'm saying. When you pay a quarterback $40 million, he got to figure it out. He's the offense. Daniel Jones is offense. Joe Schoen, and I quote, this is not me being mad at Daniel Jones for losing me money last year. I'm over that. I'm not mad at Daniel Jones for losing me money last year. It is what it is. I'm out my feelings. I'm slowly getting back on the Daniel Jones bandwagon. Okay? But right now, Joe Schoen is right. You don't pay a quarterback $40 million to hand it off to a running back making $12 million. You don't do that. So, Saquon Barkley was never coming back. Never. And if you listen to Joe Schoen did not think he was going to be an Eagle. Because Joe Schoen, when he spoke about the Eagles, he was like, they got to fix that damn defense. If you go back and listen. Yo, Joe Schoen was like, he ain't going to the Eagles. They got to fix that damn defense. Joe Schoen. Yo, speaking of which, right? You know what had me dying? The funniest part of the entire episode. I don't care what anybody says. The funniest part of the entire episode was when they was at the East versus West little play-in, whatever the fuck. When he asked Brandon Beane if he wanted to trade up to 6, and Brandon Beane said, I can't afford no top 10 pick. Is you crazy? Yeah, Brandon Beane was like, bro, with what money? How am I going to afford a top 10 pick? I was done. That took me out. Yo, Brandon Beane was like, bro, I'm broke. I can't afford no top 10 pick. Is you crazy? Now, that was the funniest part of the episode, man. I don't care nobody say. Brandon Beane saying I can't afford no top 10 pick is hilarious. That was funny. But now, I love the show, man. I love the show. And it's just the computer monitor, when they got it looks like a video game. When they go to the people's faces and the players and stuff like that, like, I didn't know being a GM was that cool. I didn't know being a scout was that cool. Like, the way they set it up, I can't wait to see the draft board. Please show us the draft board. I am dying to see the draft board. I need to see it. I want to see how they structure the draft board. I want to see how they I want to see what it's really like when the GM prepares for the draft. I want to see. They gotta give us that. But all in all, like, I'm going to do a separate video on Daniel Jones because he said something very interesting about Danny. We got to talk about that. But as far as episode 1 goes, man, I love it. Joe Schoen seems like a cool dude. I'm happy he's my general manager. He didn't embarrass us. Okay? He did not embarrass us. Thank God. Okay? I didn't see a lot of Brian Dable, though. I didn't see a lot of Brian Dable. I want to see more Brian Dable. I do. But all in all, fellas, we turning up, yo. The Giants doing it right now. I was a little nervous. I was timid. Big Fist was timid because I was like, yo, we so buttoned up. We're so, like, PC. I was like, they got to let their hair down. They got to give a good television product, and they're doing that. I didn't expect them to give us that much Saquon Barkley detail, but I'm happy they're doing it. So, great episode, man. Shout out to HBO, shout out to the Giants, and shout out to y'all, okay? As you can see, I'm slowly getting back to my consistent upload schedule. I'm slowly getting back there, fellas. You know what I'm saying? I'm slowly getting back there. So, yeah, that's it. That's all. Hit the like button. Hit the sub button. Drop the FUs in the comments if you rockin' with me. And stay vicious. Dismiss.